Lions coming off a huge win over the Ravens in prime time. If you needed your eyes opened, look no further. This team is still Sharpe without their coordinators from a season ago. The Browns, meantime, it was drama in a win over the Packers, trying to take down consecutive NFC North opponents, but Joe was just in the giving mood. Flacco looking for Jerry Jeudy, picked off by DJ Reed. Jeudy falls on this one, dudes, but you want that one back as well. Flacco's second interception of the game, ensuing Lions drive. Goff to the sun god. Amon-Ra St. Brown in for the touchdown. Lions up 17-7. That would be all for him. Early fourth quarter season with 6 already. In studio to assess this one, Joe Musso alongside Lige Douzable. Dues, I'm looking at the numbers for the Lions here because it's an impressive defense for Cleveland.
Correct.
We've seen that week time and again. 277 total, 4.9 per play. You get a touchdown in the third phase, but still 34-10 coming off of what by their standards isn't the most explosive game. What do you make of it?
Moose, the score isn't indicative of how this game went. We talked about it. The third phase, special teams gets a punt return. Also on defense, you get a score. Let's not forget the DJ Reed interception. He gets tackled at like the 4-yard line and sets up a touchdown for Amon-Ra St. Brown. So a great defensive performance by the Lions. Now, you talked about this Browns defense isn't talked about enough because the offense struggles so mightily, but that Browns defense got after it. I know there were some headlines with John Morton, the offensive coordinator, saying, well, Myles Garrett hasn't seen our run game. And besides Jahmyr Gibbs, the Cleveland Browns showed up and they mitigated the run. I believe they gave up just over 100 yards rushing and it was less than 4 yards a carry. So they did what they needed to do on defense. You can't turn the ball over at that clip and expect to win games.
We're looking at Jared Goff, who was completing 73% of his passes coming into this game, finishes of 16 of 27 for 168, 2 touchdowns. You know, that offense is going to want to be more explosive, more efficient, but I'm looking at the Browns right now and trying to figure out what's your why. You look at the defense, and it offers you hope that you can flip some tables, move
Correct.
some chairs, as you like to say, and make some noise. But should the intention of this team right now to be find out what you have at quarterback? Is it time to see one of the rookies?
It's time, and I thought they should have started off playing some of the younger guys, right? You have 2 rookies, one you drafted in the 3rd, one you drafted in the 5th. It's time. Joe Flacco came out in my class in 08. And Moose, we were both looking at the TV when he threw that interception on a throwaway and saying, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You've been in the league entirely too long to make mistakes like that. Herbie Joseph is literally playing center field. He's almost like a punt return. That's probably one of the easiest interceptions he's ever had.
And I think maybe, Deuce, it comes from a miscommunication there between Flacco and the wide receiver. So if you're going to have...
You can find that out, Moose, is if the young guys play.
Let's flesh it out one further. Do we go full JV split squad? Do we let both get reps? Do you have a name in mind you want to see first?
I think you have to roll Dylan Gabriel out there first just because that's how it was in preseason. He was the backup quarterback. He was efficient throughout preseason. Yes, I believe he only played in the one preseason game, but he looked really good in his time going out there with the offense. So I roll him out. But I'm like you. I'm JV it. Give them half and half, right? If we have 14 games left or 13 games left, give them 6 and 7 games apiece, right? Now, again, if one quarterback goes out there and plays really well, you stay with the hot hand. But if he goes out there and struggles like most rookies do, why don't you see what the other rookie has as well? Because, again, with the draft capital you have, if you feel like you don't have the guy of the future in your locker room, you have that ammunition, go get your guy next year.
We saw it this week in New York. Let's find out. We'll see if it is time for those rookies in Cleveland as the Lions win 3 straight and improve to 3-1. All right, a look at the offensive excellence of the Detroit Lions. 137 points through 4 games, and that was after a slow start against the Green Bay Packers.
This AP, I'm going to start with you because you were actually at that Giants game, and you were telling us, I mean, it was palpable in that stadium that a change needed to be made even during that last game.
I mean, it's tough to watch in a game that most Giant fans and even the organization felt like they could have won, right, against the Chiefs at that moment. But I haven't been to many games, especially in the Giants Stadium or MetLife Stadium, where they were booing early in the game, like second quarter. Then you saw what happened in the red zone with Russell and throwing the ball out of bounds and the frustration. And what was disappointing for me as a former player, just not seeing the life and the energy from the players and the guys on the sideline. So I totally understand what the head coach wants to do here, make a change. You need a spark. You need something. Going 0-4 in New York is not going to be good come Monday. So if Jackson Dart can give you that spark, Scatterboo as well, they got to get the ball to Malik Neighbors.
Correct.
That's
correct.
That's where the problem is there, man.
Absolutely, and I think that's where the frustration comes in from the offensive side of the ball is right when you got a playmaker like Malik Neighbors and the few targets that he had last week and the lack of production. Like, that's frustrating as a team. And my thing is, I think it's the right move for sure. I'm a big believer with young quarterbacks, especially when you draft them in the first round, with the setup of the structure of contracts, et cetera, right now. You have to be aggressive in playing them early, but you have to be patient with their development. This is going to be the thing we're going to see. He brings a little bit more athleticism than Russ at this point in his career. So I think you're going to see him pulling the ball in some of the run game. Hopefully that gets the run game going for them a little bit more. But they've got to make plays down the field. And I think that's one of the things that as you look at Jackson Dart, he's done well. Whether it's in college or the preseason, throwing the football down the field, they've got to get some of those big plays back in it. They got to get Malik Neighbors going.
Put me in your position right now. Coming in as a rookie, obviously you're taking the shoes of Russell Wilson. You're in a huge market there in New York. What do you think is kind of going through his mind? What does his mindset need to be going into this game?
You can't worry about all that. You can't worry about the market. You can't worry about who you're replacing, right? You can't have feelings. You can't get lost in your feelings about all of the other things that are going on. I think you have to focus on what you're doing and go out there and play good football, make good decisions, be accurate, get you in the right run plays, get you in the right pass protections, use your athleticism when you need to. Don't try and do too much. But you can't worry about all of the other stuff, the noise, the expectations, the fan base, replacing a legend. Like, none of that matters. Just go play your game, go out there and do it your way.
This team obviously needs a spark offensively, and I love what Jackson Dart has said at the podium because it's not lost on him why he's in there. They need to get some chunk plays. They need to take advantage of some of the talent they have down the field. But I want to say this about Russell. The thing that has been lacking with Russell is guys that have played with him don't necessarily feel like it's real, okay? Sometimes they feel like he has formulated a personality to play quarterback. And I'll tell you, I've been on teams with guys like that before. And when you get a guy like Jackson Dart who comes in and wears his heart on his sleeve and is willing to fight for those extra yards, willing to put his body on the line, it means the world to a football team.
Yeah, 100%. And you guys know it, right? If you're in the locker room, be yourself.
Yes.
You can't try and be anything that you're not, right? People are going to pick up on that quickly. So do it your way. Be yourself. Go out there. The one thing I'm looking for in Jackson Dart, yes, a spark needs to be provided for the Giants. But you can't try and provide that spark every play, right? You have to let the game come to you. I hope Daves has done a good job of reassuring him this week that, like, hey, man, it's not all on you. Like, we don't have to do too much. Just play the game the way you know how. Don't try and be anything other than what you are.
This is a game really where the team needs to step up for one another and for the quarterback. Defensively, they have invested a lot into that D-line. You have to see production here. They need turnovers. They need something of that nature.
Give them some
Special teams, right? Help come out in that sense. And like you said, Jackson Dart, don't go out there and be the hero. Don't put your cape on quite yet.
Yes.
But do give us a spark. And I think with Caffrey calling the plays, you might see some plays that we were expecting, that we saw in the preseason, some college, some RPO things of that nature that really fits this quarterback for the system.
And I think it fits best in the red area, right? One of the areas they struggled putting points on the board in the red area.
We're going to talk more about this game, but let's move to the Chargers side. Sitting on top of the AFC West now at 3-0, our Melanie Collins caught up with Jerwin Dames, AFC Defensive Player of the Year, by the way. First time he got that award. Here's more from her.
Derwin, good morning. It's about 8 a.m. for your body clock right now. How do you go about getting yourself up and ready to go for these 1 p.m. Eastern kickoffs?
If you love it, it don't matter what time it is, and I feel like everybody in this locker room love it, so we're ready to go. I'm excited, and can't wait to bring some energy today.
Yeah, going up against a rookie quarterback and Jackson Dart making his first NFL start. How'd you go about preparing for him this week with so little tape, and how do you keep him off his mark today?
Make it about us. We made it about us all week. As long as we go out and do our keys and play our calls, we feel like we'll be in good position, and make it about us.
Yeah, 3-0 on the season, 3-0 in the division. What has been the key to the success of this team so far? How do you keep it going?
One play at a time, stay together, and I feel like everybody in this locker room got each other back, so just let's play complimentary football today.
Good luck today, Darren. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm thinking about wearing that next week for the show.
You could?
What do we think? Show off the shoulders a little
First
bit
of all,
in
if
studio?
you show up like that, I know the show's going to be outstanding. When you wear a tank top on game day, you're standing on business.
But he needs the ice. Like, I mean, you've got the chains under there. We can't see him right now.
I got chains. That's ice.
That's the black Air
money.
Force Ones of tops, okay? If you wear that, we know your business. And Derwin said, look, we're going to lean on each other, stick together, and it's about us. And I firmly believe that with this Chargers team because they've been kicking people's butts at the line of scrimmage. I love the way they play, and they've given the keys to the entire thing to Justin Herbert.
Yeah, 100%.
And that dude's playing like a superhero.
Let me ask you this about Justin Herbert because, you know, it was